Anyway, we were just talking about probiotics.
Yeah.
Yay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'll bring it up during What's Up, Litches.
Yeah, like that's a real good conversation. Let's talk about probiotics. And how do you poop?
Oops.
Whoops. And we are live at 6 o'clock, so
Right
I guess
on.
we can start.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
To Sandwich Generation. That's our very own passion-filled project of hot topics. My name's Valerie.
And I'm Sheila.
And we are
Today's Litches.
And that is Lady Bitches for those, well, they say we're good at it. So
Yeah.
yay.
I've been told I'm actually pretty good at it.
Pretty sure that's coming from our husbands.
Yeah.
New news.
New news.
So I'm not exactly sure how to say this, but I'm just going to say it the way it comes out. Kopke. KOPKE 613. I don't know anything else about this person or his handle or whatever he goes by. Anyways, he is on TikTok. He is on Instagram.
YouTube.
He's on YouTube, yeah. And he's also on Facebook, and he goes by Kopke 613. He is Canadian. He's a photographer and a video creator. And oh my God, his stuff is funny. Funny. He makes fun of Canadian provinces and territories and some Americans, and he throws it all in there. I'm sure there's a disclaimer that says it's only, there is, I read it. It's only satirical, but it's funny as hell. And when I edit this video and put the final cut up, he will be up here somewhere, or maybe even over there. Who knows?
Let's make him right here.
Right there?
Right there.
Perfect. So he will be up there, and we'd like to give a huge shout out to him. He already has
And just keep making the stuff. It is funny.
Very funny. Provinces as roommates was hilarious, honestly, because he plays a person. He plays each province as a person. Oh my God, you have to check it out.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can Kopke 613, YouTube, TikTok,
Instagram,
Facebook. I didn't check. Okay. I forgot to check Twitter, but I'm sure he's there too, because he's on all of the other platforms. But we wanted to give him a shout out, and he is Canadian and he's funny as hell. So check out if you get the chance. So that was our new news. The other part of that is last week we did, we were going to start planting our seedlings and everything. Yeah. We're going to have to wait.
I had snow at my place today.
Not me.
And we only live 25 minutes apart.
Right.
In a vehicle, 25 minutes.
It's apart. So let's just go and say 25 kilometers away. Whatever.
We'll say.
Anyway, you guys had snow because my husband was working in the area, and he told me there was snow and hail, and we got rain. So just might be how the jet stream.
Yeah, we're still well below zero at nights.
Yes.
But I think with the greenhouse, if I get I have a little tiny greenhouse, not like, a master greenhouse or anything, but a little tiny 8 foot by 8 foot.
Well, we can even use, I'm thinking by the end of the month,
we can even in your windows.
Yeah, exactly. We can put them down in the windows.
So if you have any ideas of things you would like to see us try planting, and don't say corn because it won't grow up here properly. I've grown it here.
This is what I was thinking. So I've already started my own little herb thing, and I'd like to do an indoor herbs. I'm talking oregano, basil, chives, that type of thing. So I'd like to kind of create something like that.
Okay.
But I'm also thinking, I know I want some geraniums. I also love dahlias.
Yeah.
And
I have
cascading pansies.
Some geraniums,
Yeah, you have
from last year. I have some slippings.
Yeah. So anyways, we will keep you posted, and we'll show you what's going on. So, hot topic. Divorce and separation, and it's drawn to a conclusion.
The end.
Yeah, can we just put it there? The end.
Actually, let's call it that. The end. And the reason being is because it is the end. And there is a grieving process And there is not just for the couple, but for the family, for children, for the parents of the people who are divorced. Like there's an entire
grandparents, you know, aunts, uncles, all that kind of. And there's a whole process.
There's even friends who tend to grieve for a relationship ending. I've I know I've been on the other side of that. I've been a friend and of a relationship that was ended, and it was hard because I loved both of them so much.
Right. Wherein now you get down to picking sides, which I always say never should happen during divorce and separation. Right. But sometimes it's kind of next to impossible.
Well, when you're family, you want to stick with your family, right?
Well, I've always said blood is thicker than water. And it's true. It's like I could be pissed off as hell at you and mad and be going off, but if somebody else turned around and said something about you, I'd be like jump down.
I find myself much more defensive over my sister than I am over myself.
Me too. I think that's it's even with our spouses, our children, it's the same thing. You could be mad as hell.
I can call my husband a jerk, but you're not allowed to.
Right. That's it. Same with your kids. Right. So anyways, it's just one of those situations, but I thought we would kind of we did children, we did parenting,
and we've done support.
I talked about parenting plans. We did child support. The only thing we really didn't touch on that well was spousal support. This is a huge one for me because a lot of it's geographic and a lot of it is economic. Right. So for instance, more people in the East have dual income families where both parents are working than as opposed to specific pockets of the world like Grand Prairie, Alberta and Fort McMurray, Alberta.
You were going to say Fort Mac, were you?
Yeah, I was.
Because we call it Fort Mac up here.
We do call it Fort Mac too. So in those situations where you have a lot of the male population exceeding 100,000, 150,000 a year, right? And daycare, whoa. It doesn't make sense for women to go out and work when you're having children.
Or the other way around, like, because there are women up here who make a huge amount of money and a man will stay home.
And yes, absolutely.
The woman's at the top in her field or whatever. Right. And so same thing.
Absolutely. I know a situation like that recently where it was more cost effective for dad to stay home than for mom to stay home for the family. So I'm just saying spousal support is something that you definitely need legal advice for. And I'm saying that with all sincerity. It really depends on economical situations. It depends on each individual person's relationship and their agreements within that relationship. There's a lot of extenuating factors. Age, ability to be able to re-educate, train, get into the workforce, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just putting that huge disclaimer out there that it is something that you really need to seek legal advice before you go.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But anything to do with divorce, legal separations, all that stuff, really, you should get some legal advice. Unless, I guess, unless you're both so cordial, you just already have the plan.
Well, in some situations, and I've seen it myself, where people have done their research and they, they want to mediate, they want to collaborate, they want, some sort of dispute resolution rather than throwing everything into the courts. And that's available, and it's available pretty much in every province and territory that I'm aware of. Those services are available, and I don't think there's a lawyer, a judge, a mediator, or anybody in the field or children and family services that wouldn't agree that parents coming up with their own parenting plans and
it's usually the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in the end, you are the parents.
Yeah.
Right. You make
You're
the
making
decisions.
all the right and wrong decisions.
Right.
You're the one who's going to pay for them.
Yeah.
Those right and wrong decisions, I mean.
Oh, yeah, and
You
we
know.
pay one way or the
The
other.
other,
We all
you're
pay.
right.
Yeah, I mean, so that sort of concludes, and I just wanted to bring up the whole thing on spousal support, because people usually, there's a few disclaimers. One, we live in Canada, we don't live in the US. Their laws with respect to separation, divorce, and that are drastically different.
And I think that's a
Than
confusing
us.
thing for us up here, because a lot of times, you know, we're watching TV shows and we're seeing, you know, Judge Judy's and family court shows down in the States. So we're
Right.
not necessarily getting a good picture of what's
what
available here.
in Canada.
I'd love to see more, a lot more advertisement of the mediation abilities and things like that are available.
I'd like to see one-stop shop. That's what I'd like. That
Yeah.
was always
where it's all kind
all
of
in one. You have your social service programs.
Well, I seen a 1-800 divorce car driving around Edmonton, Alberta.
1-800, but that 800 is going to put you to a law firm or
I'm pretty
a paralegal firm
Right.
that specializes in divorce and separation. But
Mhm.
the reality is, I'd like to see one-stop shop in respect to the whole. So the court, lawyers,
or like mediation,
children's advocates,
everybody's there and available.
Everything within one structure.
Right.
Is what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Everything unified, so it's all with, like,
makes sense.
Alberta hasn't even made it to the point where they're unifying their courts. So what I mean by that is, in some other jurisdictions, and I can say Halifax is one of them, they have what we call a unified court, where their family, it's Supreme Court family division, but it's also taken the provincial aspect of it. So all those people who are not married would fall under Supreme Court family division. And so they have not done that. We still have two separate systems. We have, in Alberta, we have a provincial court system, and then we have the QB, which is really lawyer driven people. So, and then we have Queen's Bench, which is essentially a Supreme Court. And so the reality is, navigating those systems can be really difficult in a situation where you're not even sure which one you need to be applying to. And my thoughts for people in Alberta would be, or anywhere, call your family law information center or your law information center.
If it's pertaining to you and you need information, never ever don't ask.
Don't ask. The courts have the information. Just give them a call. They'll give it to you. They'll put you to the right
department. Because
department.
it's a course, sometimes, and I can say this because I'm always been on the outside of them. It can be intimidating. So a lot of times you have these questions, and so, but you feel intimidated, and you don't want to make that phone call because you don't want to sound stupid, or you don't want to, you know what I'm saying. But for a person who is not involved in the courts or anything like that, that whole process can be very intimidating.
It is, and it shouldn't be. It should be non-adversarial.
Especially if you have like one spouse who really knows a lot more about the system.
Well, and here's the thing. People can crap on lawyers all they want, but the reality is they can navigate the system. That's what they're trained for. That's why they spend all those years in universities, is because they understand the legislation. They know how to apply it, and they know how to navigate
the system. They know what they're doing.
Right? So they know what they're doing. It's a system that is very difficult to navigate as a self-represented litigant. Not that there aren't supports out there for self-reps. There are. But again, I would just call your local courthouse and see what they have available for you if that's what you're looking for. Be careful when you're on Google and all of this stuff, because they're just going to shoot out lawyers' offices. They pay for that. They pay for the advertisement.
And you want to make sure it's, somebody you can talk to. Like, if you're getting a lawyer, get a lawyer that you can talk to.
Here's the thing about choosing a lawyer. I tell everybody, they are going to be working for you. People make the mistake. Sometimes they will keep going through lawyer after lawyer because they will wait till they can find that one lawyer that will tell them exactly what they want to hear. See, when you go in for a consultation, they're going to be able to explain to you, yes, this can happen, and no, this cannot, and for these reasons, right? Because they understand the legislation and the law. Because you don't like the answer doesn't mean they're a bad lawyer, okay? It just means that they're trying to tell you that
you could save a lot of money.
Right. That if you go down this road, it's not going to work out in your favor.
No.
So I would say interview lawyers like you're interviewing somebody for a job.
Right.
The person you feel comfortable with, the person that is straight up front. I would rather somebody be straight up front and honest than blow smoke up my butt just because they want my money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and there's plenty of people out there.
Right.
To do that.
So if you're having,
you can pay me to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell you how great everything's going to be. Doesn't mean I'm going to be good at it.
No, exactly. So, do your due diligence and
know that no matter what, if you are looking into divorce, it's not going to be easy. It's never, ever easy.
Never.
So, and that everybody who is involved is going to have to go through a process.
Right. And it's not the issues or the problems. It's how they're managed.
Right. That's really the defining factor. And I know that
how
sounds
you manage your conflict.
A successful divorce, if there's such a thing, right? That's a weird way of saying, but a successful divorce manages the conflict and manages.
Right. It's how they manage their conflict, right? Because you are never going to agree. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Dad, I see you there. I see them now.
You're never gonna,
there's always going to be
reason
conflict.
You're getting a divorce.
Right, but there's always going to be conflict.
Right.
You can't live in the same house with somebody without having conflict. Conflict is real. Conflict is every day. Conflict could be just, I don't know what I'm going to have for supper.
Yeah.
I could be conflicted about that.
How did you know? No.
No, it's an argument that happens between spouses a lot. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? Yeah.
It's a good thing that is not
that
one
should
of the
be
ones that usually causes divorce.
Hopefully not.
But
create a sheriff. That's what I would say. Everybody takes a turn being a sheriff. Sheriff decides where you eat.
Oh,
okay. There's always got to be there's creative ways to resolve conflicts.
Right.
Right.
Rather than a divorce, I guess. I get what you're saying, but I myself.
Hi, Allie.
Hi, Allie. I myself have got to say that doing the subject was good. We knew it was going to be difficult. Yes. But we knew it was a little bit difficult for us because we also have parents who watch. And so we're tender on those subjects, some of those subjects. But also difficult because I haven't been divorced. My sister has been, and there's another thing.
I've only been divorced once.
Right.
But still, and it's funny because
that's what I mean. You have been divorced.
I've been divorced. Yes.
I have never been, so it's weird for me to even to sit here and say I know anything about it other than
what you experienced when mom and dad
experienced when our parents were separating and divorced.
And I think we made it very clear that back then, as opposed to now, family law has
as we put it,
evolved on a very fast and progressive rate,
right? And
still continues to evolve because I do anticipate.
But so does society.
True, we have too.
Even from when we were younger, you know, women usually were secondary earners if they were earners at all.
Right.
They weren't usually the main source of income in the house.
No.
Nowadays, we have divorces that are happening as the female or the one spouse may be making a huge amount. We have some that, aren't.
Well, look, a divorce happens whether we like, and we could get into a philosophical debate about this because we have, and especially when working within the courts, we've had amongst ourselves had debates like, how did divorce become in such a short period of time become so prevalent in our society? There are so many factors to that. One of them is the fact that we live a lot longer. We're not stuck with the same person for 60 years, right? We are, I say stuck. I don't mean that. No. I mean, we're with that. We have the possibility of being with the same person for 60, 70, 80 years.
Right? Just recently, the senior center by my home had a sign out front. They were celebrating the 66th year anniversary of a couple that lived there. And that 66 years.
You got to remember.
I heard of 60 years.
Before
I heard of it.
Before World War II. Yeah. Right? Before, like, there was no, people died of pneumonia. People died of influenza. People, because we didn't have antibiotics. Yeah. Right? Yeah. We have antibiotics now. A lot more people, like our grandmothers.
In the United States, people aren't dying of the measles anymore like they were.
Exactly. And that's the whole point. And how many women died in childbirth due to complications?
So people are just living longer.
People are living long. So that's one. The other thing is, well, women are working now.
Yes.
Women are, we're hoping, are on the equality line.
Family units have changed completely.
And so there's so many other factors that it's not just a degradation of society that everybody believes has happened. No, unfortunately, it's the world we live in, but there's a lot of contributing factors, and we could sit here all night arguing what they are, but the reality is...
life is the contributing factor.
Yeah,
life. You know, it's so... it has, like you said, evolved so much that there's no stopping that.
No. And the thing is that it'll progress, it'll change, we evolve, we move forward, we move on. We live in a world of blended families.
And that's the other part of divorce I wanted to talk about is the moving on part. Yes. Moving on. So and now the divorce.
You don't have to have a party when you get your certificate
No,
of divorce.
you don't. And because you know what? It's not really a party. It's not. There's, you've been with that person for a period of time.
For some people, it might be.
It might be.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it really depends on the circumstances.
I don't think I would. If you have children, you probably shouldn't have the party when the children are there.
No.
Okay. That's
leave
just
from
a kid of divorce. That's just something you don't
leave the kids out of it.
And so all I can say is at the end of it all, it's over. And now
hopefully
and learn to move on.
No, hopefully you do. And I think a majority of people do move on. And the best revenge in life is to live life well. And they do move on. They do, And
it's like I said to you before, if you're so busy looking backwards, you can't see what's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Which could be amazing.
Exactly. So that's build a bridge, get over it. Yeah. That's what our mother would say. Yeah. Yeah. Build a bridge, get over it. So yeah, I guess that's the best way to conclude on that. I mean, there's not much else to say.
There really isn't. Do any of you have anything you want to kind of input in there
or contribute
to the end of the divorce?
Yes.
And it's so funny whenever I do this now, I think of a commercial I saw where it's like, what do you do with these dancing? Yeah. Dancing fingers.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Quote.
But
anyway, yeah, I thought it would be perfect to end it that way. And because it is kind of
it can be very technical.
It's a depressing subject.
It can be depressing.
And it's usually involves a lot of emotions.
It doesn't have to be so bad though. If you can keep your head above the water and breathe.
Right.
Get the help you need. If you're in that position, get the help you need. Do what you need to do and try.
And one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You can't conquer the whole world.
No.
All you do is what's most important, what's in front of me today. That's what I got to deal with.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people come in.
Yeah. with overwhelm.
So overwhelmed, and they're trying to do everything all at the same time, and you're like breaking it down for them, right?
Yeah.
Because it just becomes very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And on that note,
what's up, Litches?
What's up, Litches? Okay, so first of all, you can start. We'll start with the pillows.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else out there have issues with purchasing pillow after pillow after pillow?
Oh, and I just want to say, I was a person who purchased one of those perfect pillows, and my perfect pillow was not perfect. As a matter of fact, it was about 4 months in, and it looked like my head. Like it never came back.
Oh, it never came back. Okay.
So my perfect pillow wasn't so perfect. And
is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Perfect pillow. Okay.
And it was quite expensive, and it was guaranteed.
Of
but
course.
You know what? I didn't.
No, we didn't. You didn't follow up on that. But do you know how many pillows? And the sad part is, I'll buy new pillows, and my husband will sleep on it one night. It's like, no. So we go after pillow, after pillow, after pillow.
After pillow.
We've spent hundreds of dollars on pillows. And
I'm now getting to the point where when people come, I just run out to Walmart and buy the $5 and $10 pillows and just bring them back, throw them on the bed, because I'm like, I'm not going to go out and spend $75 on a pillow that I have to throw out.
How about $180?
Well, that I did on the aqua gel one.
Okay. And then I have a special pillow as well to keep me cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that one was really expensive as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I think we're putting it out there because we're going to start testing pillows.
Yeah.
And we want to, at the end of this, we hopefully will come up with 2 or 3 top, ones that keep their shade.
But before we do that, can I ask you a question? How do you sleep? Do you sleep on your back, your
stomach?
side? Oh, you sleep on your stomach.
This is
sleeper. Wonderful, because I am a side sleeper. So I sleep on my side. She sleeps on her stomach. So this is a really good test of pillows.
Right. So I think this is what we're going to do for What's Up, Litches. We're going to start testing pillows.
Now, do you think we won't bring our men are never going to show up on here.
I can guarantee it.
We can guarantee it.
Ever.
But maybe we should bring them into it in the sense that let them try some
of
these pillows.
I will.
Okay, me
absolutely.
too.
Because honestly, whether we keep a pillow or not is up to him.
Yeah.
Because I got my own pillow.
Right.
So at this point in time, I'm down with that. We can do that.
Now, if they could come up with the face pillow that you look through your bed like they do at the massage parlors, then I'd sleep on my stomach.
No, I sleep like this.
I cannot turn my head that way, so I don't.
Oh no, I've always slept like that. I
slept on my stomach for years.
Even when I was pregnant, I had pillows under my knees so I could still sleep like that. But yeah, stomach sleeper. So we're going to test out pillows. So that was our first What's Up, Litches, is that we're testing out pillows, and we're going to start this week. We'll keep you updated every week and with every pillow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then at the end, we want to have a list that we can put up
of
for
all
everybody.
The pillows we tested.
Of all the pillows we tested, and which one are like our top 3 choice, right?
So if there's any pillows you would really like us to try,
shoot us a text.
Absolutely.
What does this say?
Because pillows are an issue.
I'm throw blankets. I can't I buy throw blankets all the time. I just bought one this weekend. I'm obsessed with them.
Throw blankets.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with them.
So who's that?
That was Ellie.
Okay.
It's hard to find a good pillow. I know, that's Kathy Bilson and Cardoso. That's our biggest complaint. My husband and I, we go through this. We've gone out. I remember going to the Bay, and we bought their most expensive pillows.
Yeah.
1 week, people.
Yes.
1 week. And they were thrown away. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of wasting all this money.
If you have any suggestions for a side sleeper, because I am struggling with this. Like, it's become a real issue.
And for you, for me, the flatter the pillow, the better.
Right. Because
I sleep on my stomach. For you, I need
something
more
that
of
supports me. But here's the thing, because I have a very, very bad neck, and I'll admit that, nothing can touch it. So that's why I don't sleep on my back. because I can't stand, if anything touches it, I
That
actually
is
am in
weird.
pain. So, and if a pillow touches it, I'm in pain. So rather than anything touching my neck, if we could find something that I could sleep on, would be really nice.
Well, and I think that's what, and I know my husband sleeps on his side. So we're definitely investigating this. We are going to be doing that. And one more thing before
Yes.
we end.
One more thing, because, I don't know what it is with us and our faces.
Okay, so Valerie decided, I'll put it up so everybody can see it.
Okay.
Okay, I decided a couple of years ago
to buy this.
And what it is it's your very own microdermabrasion, where you go to Rejuvederm and that. And well,
and then a professional does it?
And a professional does it. Well, apparently you can do it at home. I used it once and put it away. So
Do you know why you put it away?
Because you had to commit to using it on a regular basis. Okay. So this is what we're going to do.
You're going to use it for a week and then I will.
Yeah, you're going to use it for a week. No,
okay.
I think it has to be longer. I would say 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because it takes, it's a microdermabrasion. It brings all of
your skin off
and the new layer of skin and everything. And anyways, and there's little tiny diamonds that scuff the skin. Anyway, we're going to give it a try and see if it does anything.
I think you'll go first.
Honestly, I'll go first. And if I feel like it's taken 5 to 10 years off my skin, I'll let you know.
I'll let you know too, because I'm right here and I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. Because I look in the mirror. And not that, and I've never been one of these people. I've always believed, you ever see these people that go get their lips done?
Oh yeah.
And you've got lips out here. It just looks so unnatural. It just doesn't.
And then you have people like me who have almost no top lip.
Right.
And then I have a daughter who's got the most voluptuous.
Yeah, but she's like her dad in her lip area.
Yeah, just
big
amazing
lips, right?
Big
so
lips.
Here we are talking. Oh well.
Well, let's see if we can look 10 years younger.
5 to 10 years younger. And I forget what I even paid.
Okay, now you have to put your face up real close so they can see all your wrinkles.
No, I'm gonna do close up before and after.
Oh, or are you gonna do pictures?
Yeah, I'll do pictures. I'll do the close up before so you can see every bloody line, and then we'll do after pictures and see if there's any difference. Because if it works, it's worth giving it a try, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, all the cream in the world is not going to.
It's not. We've tried so many creams.
We've tried so many
and
creams.
Egg whites and lots of other stuff. And the
I know with the Neutrogena Boost, Hydra Boost, you can instantly feel it. Just feels so nice.
Actually, I feel very moist today, and I just use my Olay. So.
Right. I use Olay too, but it's my go-to because I like it and it works. Yeah. Right.
So, what about you guys?
Yeah. Let us know.
Just about it. We've learned too much.
And on that note, it is time for us to go.
Yes.
So
and hopefully we gave you
something to chew on. And we will see you guys all next week.
That you will.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.
Take care.